Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reading a troll sword of Cheeri. You know him as Alright, so yeah, let's get this shit started. If you watch PBS Kids at some point in the 2000s, there is a chance at some point in that time period that you have watched or at least heard of Caillou. If by some chance you don't know what it is, you're pretty lucky. As I will give a synopsis, Caillou is a Canadian children's show that ran from 1997 to 2010. The show's main protagonist is a 4-year-old bald-headed boy named Caillou, and it details his everyday life with his family and friends. If you want an opinion, or if you want my opinion on this show, I'll tell you that I find it very cringeworthy and annoying, especially the episode of the circus. Then again, the show's age demographic is for very young kids, so pretty much not meant for my age demographic in the first place.
Despite this, there's something very strange along with the Caillou's family members. The character I'm referring to would be his older sister, Rose. Younger sister, Rose. Fuck, I already fucked.
It's alright, let's continue. Rosie.
It would be older with the younger sister, Rosie. What is strange about Rosie, you may ask? Well, fair enough, I'll tell you. It's her hair color, which is red. Well, the color for both her parents, Doris and Boris, is brown. Do you find that odd? Suspicious, maybe? You're wondering, might that be? Well, after the experience I just had prior to wiring this, there may be an answer to being given away.
The evidence to Rosie's red hair comes from an unlisted episode from the series that somehow made its way to Pirate Bay. The file's title went under the name of Caillou Mommy's Secret. When I originally came across this torrent by its name alone, I thought it could be something extremely rare, or just some fan animation made by someone. I clicked the download button out of curiosity and opened up the AVI file.
To my surprise, it wasn't a fan animation, as the show's regular intro played in the background, the one from the later series to be exact. The title card read Mommy's Secret, which shows Caillou's mother hugging a man with the same hair color as Rosie. It had a yellow jacket with a red shirt under the unzipped jacket, blue jeans, and black shoes.
The episode started off with a view of Caillou's house as her grandmother narrator states it was just a regular Monday morning at Caillou's house. Caillou was just about ready to head to preschool. Doris is then seen at the kitchen as she yelled for Caillou to come down. Caillou came down ready to go. She gave Caillou his lunch and they drove off. She then dropped off Caillou at his preschool, telling him, "Have a good day at preschool, Caillou." Just before she got back in her car, her cell phone rang. She answered it. The call went like this. "Hello? Oh, Philip, how are you doing? That's great to hear. When will you be over? Noon? Good. I'll be home around that time. Goodbye." As far as I could remember, there had been no character on the show by the name of Philip.
The scene then cuts to home, where Doris was making herself lunch. Her husband Boris was absent from as he was at work. A knock on the door was heard, and she went to go check who there was there. It was the same guy from the title card I had seen earlier. He welcomed the man who was revealed to be Philip and hugged him. Philip then asked Doris, "Well, ready to do it?" Doris responded with a yes, as they made their way upstairs. I didn't know what the two were going to do, until they made their way up to the upstairs bedroom. That is when it showed Philip taking off his jacket, shirt, becoming topless as a result. At that moment, I knew they were going to have an affair while Boris and Caillou were away. It wasn't unclear where Rosie was at this time, most likely downstairs or in their room, for my first assumptions.
The scene then transferred to an office where Boris is working on some sort of document. The telephone beside the computer suddenly rang and Boris answered it. It was from Caillou's teacher, Miss Martin. Boris's phone call went like this. "Hello? Oh hey Miss Martin, is Caillou okay? What? He threw up? Okay, I'll be there to pick him up shortly. Bye." Boris then went to his boss, a man in his late 60s, and explained that his son had vomited while at preschool and needed to be picked up. Feeling sympathetic to his cause, he then dismissed Boris, who made way to the preschool to pick up an ill-feeling Caillou. After picking him up, Boris asked Caillou, "So what happened, Caillou?" Caillou responded with, "Well, just after having my lunch, my tummy felt strange. Then I went to the bathroom, and then I threw up." Boris responded with, "Oh dear, must be food poisoning, I suppose." They then arrive at home where Boris asked for Doris. She didn't respond. As he entered the living room, however, he heard a faint moaning sound from what must have come from upstairs. A suspicious look creeped across Boris's face, and he went up to the bedroom. When he entered, his expressions changed from suspicion to a mixture of shock and disgust.
There he saw his wife and Philip doing it under the covers. Boris' expression changed again, this time to that of anger. He then ran and leaped on the bed, where he kicked Philip in the face and left rib, causing him to fall off the bed. For a second, it showed Philip naked. Philip hit the ground quite hard, and his nose even bled a bit. An angry Boris pointed at Philip, demanding his name and what he was doing with his wife. Philip then got himself back up, not showing his naked body, of course, and told Boris he was cooking him out. When he said that, I just burst out laughing.
Alright, some commentary. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening right now? What the fuck is happening right now? Alright. The two kept arguing for a few seconds. When it then cut to Rosie's room. She was playing with some toys, and when she heard her dad and Philip arguing a few rooms down the hall. Confused, she left her room and went to her parents' bedroom to see what was going on. She opened the door and saw her dad and a man she didn't know arguing. They both heard the door creak open and looked down at Rosie. Philip then smirked and told Boris, "You see that so-called daughter of yours? Well, guess what? I'm the daddy." Does the hair color not prove so? You're pathetic.
Boris then looked at his wife and asked her, "Is he right? Is he Rosie's real father?" Of course, he was still covered up under the sheets and looking panicked inside, and reluctantly responded, "Yes. I've been banging with him since Kai was 1 year old." Philip, who had dressed himself back up at this point, had tried to escape. The boys grabbed him by the shirt collar and threatened Philip with, "Listen, if I ever see you near this property again, it'll be the last thing you will ever do. Let me tell you, what will happen to you afterwards won't be pretty. Understand? Now get out." Philip then ran out of the house. Boris then looked at his wife, who has remained still in the bed. He stated, "You know, Doris, I considered giving you a second chance for a moment. After realizing you've been banging with another man for the past 3 years, you've gone at least 1,000,000 steps too far. I'm calling a divorce lawyer."
The scene cut to the house at night. The narrator stated it had been weeks since Caillou's mommy and daddy had a divorce. As a result, mommy and Rosie had been kicked out by daddy. Felt that Caillou needed a new mommy to replace her original one. Caillou would be meeting daddy's new girlfriend tonight, and he was very excited. Boris was in the living room talking to Caillou. He told him, "Well, Caillou, after mom and Rosie have left, we are having a new member in this house. My new girlfriend, Jenny. She's a fitness instructor, and I met at the gym about 2 weeks ago. Don't worry, she's a very nice lady, and she gets along very well with children." A knock was then heard. Boris excitedly stated, "Oh look, she's here." He opened the door to Jenny, a somewhat sexy-looking blonde-haired girl with pretty big cleavage, a green fitness tank top, and blue exercise pants. She hugged Caillou and then went to hug Boris. The funny thing about this part was that Jenny referred to her new boyfriend as Sugar Daddy, while Boris referred to her as Sugar Baby. Caillou then asked Jenny if she wanted to see his toys. She said yes, and they made their way to the playroom. Caillou showed Jenny his toys. Jenny, who seemed to get along with Caillou very well, played with Caillou.
Shot then touched the window outside. Night has already fallen. Outside of Doris and Rosie, Doris glared at Caillou and Jenny playing with toys from the outside. He then mutters the words, "Someday, someday, someday. I'll get you, Boris. I'll get Caillou back. Don't just you wait." The episode ended from there as it went to the credits.
After finishing the episode, difficult questions filled my mind. Had Doris really been that dissatisfied with her husband to the point of cheating on him just to get sex? How did Boris not come to the earlier suspicion of Rosie's hair color? There are many questions about this that I feel like I will never get an answer to, simply for the fact that there are 0 answers. Wow, what a shit.
What the fuck?
Yo, first of all, I'm so dude, what the fuck am I reading? Yo.
Why the hell did Boris get back with Camille from Street Fighter? What the fuck?
No, bro. Motherfucker, they were like, no, she had big cleavage, nigga. No, bro, what the?
Why do they have to specify that, bro?
And the fact that she was just fucking having sex during Caillou when Caillou was at school, and fucking Rosie was at the house, bro. This bitch is banging some random dude, like with her daughter in the house, bro. What the fuck, yo?
Since Caillou was 1 year old? How old is Caillou now?
No, wait, so Caillou was fucking 5, they said, right?
Been fucking for 4 years?
No, but in the on God, but in the story they said it was like for 3 years. So like the writing is so fucking weird in this fucking TROLLSODES, yo. Alright guys, I think that's it. And if you guys want to see more videos, just make sure to like and subscribe. I'm out.
Have a good day.